remember in school learning about Lake Superior?
It was a big ass lake.
During our time at Tequamanon Falls State Park, we also spent a day at the Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum on Whitefish Point. It was a beautiful day and a short drive up the road. Maritime legends come to life. Artifacts, original artwork, detailed ship models, and underwater video tell stories of sailors and ships who braved the waters of the Great Lakes and those who were lost to its menacing waves. Scenic overlooks and walking trails provide visitors with spectacular views and access to Lake Superior's pristine shoreline. Whitefish Point is the oldest active light on Lake Superior. The lighthouse keeper's quarters has been fully restored and is open for tours. Constructed in 1861 during President Lincoln's administration, exhibits in this historic structure reflect everyday life for a lighthouse keeper and his family at the turn of the century.
Still room for now.
Now my eyes have to adjust. Did you want to look at other stuff in the gift store?
I don't think so.
$44.68. And spot should light up right there.
A tap. Look at that.
Yeah, we got big time this year.
Big time.
We got high speed internet.
Ooh.
And we got tap features. This will be your ticket into the museum. Let's try this one without the watch. Number 5, it's hard with the watch. That will get you into all of our buildings.
Okay.
You can go in all of them in green except for number 2. That one's closed for remodeling right now.
Okay.
The new exhibit's not ready yet. When you leave the building, if you go to the left, that's where our theater building is.
Yeah.
That movie plays at the top of the hour, 20 after, and 40 after all day long.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we've been
Oh.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
The dreaded mosquitoes.
Yes.
See that reflex?
I know, that was good. It's taken me a while, but I've gotten to where I can just smash them and
At
not.
the beginning of the year, I miss them totally, and then for a
Oh, I just have
month
this.
and a half, you get really good.
We have so few mosquitoes. Brightness, brightness. So. No, that says it's private, honey.
Private quarters.
Yeah, we can't go there.
You're recording.
Yeah. The building, once a part of the original Coast Guard lifeboat station, will eventually house a refurbished 36-foot Coast Guard type TR motor lifeboat, a video theater, and a multi-purpose space.
With almost surreal warmth and calm, as the freighter Edmund Fitzgerald sails toward the port of Superior, Wisconsin, to take on a load of iron ore November 9, 1975, the beginning of the Fitzgerald's 40th voyage in her 17th year of service. A tense storm system takes hold. Carrying 26,000 tons of iron ore, she's riding low. At 3:10 in the afternoon, Fitzgerald's captain, Ernest McSorley, reports the first sign of trouble to the freighter Arthur M. Anderson. About 7 miles behind, the Anderson has been following the Fitzgerald since the night before. 4 p.m., the winds are nearly 100 miles an hour. At 4:10, Captain McSorley reports his radar masts have been disabled. He's now sailing blind. At 7:30, the snow eases. Bernie Cooper searches the horizon for the lights of the Fitzgerald, but there are no lights. The radar screen aboard Anderson shows nothing. Big Fitz has disappeared. An air and sea search turn up only bits of debris and no sign of the 29-man crew. They've vanished. In the summer of 1995, the final mission descends into Superior's black depths. The purpose? To recover the ship's bell, to once again hear the voice of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Being out there on that spot gave me peace of mind because the sun was shining, the sky was clear, the water was beautiful, and it filled that void for me.
Ernest M. McSorley, Master.
In my attempt to comply with copyright laws, I need to phase out the audio. However, the bell rang for each of the 29 crew members who lost their lives in this tragic event. Next, we visited the museum building. Here we learned about the indigenous peoples. We also took a look into the history of the shipwrecks, starting with the earliest, the Invincible. It was the first European-style shipwreck on Lake Superior on November 1816. Amazingly, not a soul was lost. Oh, that's this one here. A piece of that one. I don't think I would love my life to be held together.
Slippers.
Oh, no thank you. They just throw you overboard and down you go, right?
Nice necklace.
Oh, gee.
Lead on your chest.
No thank you. I don't know how much those things weigh, but I could only imagine. It's very heavy. Oh, this is still the Independence.
Some big beams.
Yeah? We would definitely recommend this visit to Whitefish Point. Having been raised on the West Coast, I had never given much thought to the commerce of the Great Lakes. I was amazed at the number of shipwrecks and ship traffic they had in general. There are an estimated 550 shipwrecks in Lake Superior, but many are still undiscovered. At least 200 shipwrecks are located along the Shipwreck Coast, an 80-mile stretch of shoreline between Munising and Whitefish Point. This area is known as the graveyard of the Great Lakes because it has no safe harbor. Lake Superior's extreme weather conditions, including fog, wind, ice, and winter storms, are largely to blame for many of the shipwrecks. The museum is set up really nice. Exhibits include photos and replicas of the ships that were lost at sea, along with artifacts found at the recovery locations. Interesting to think they could go underwater and retrieve these bits of stuff.
Yeah.
I want to say at the bottom of the ocean. I guess I realize it's not an ocean, but still. Oh, here's what it looked like down there.
This boat was rammed.
Tragedy and irony. Samuel. Fog seems to be a big factor back then.
More ships on the way. See a ship. Come on.
So why did they sit?
There is a detailed exhibit of the Edmund Fitzgerald, including the Newt suit, a cold water diving suit allowing the diver to explore depths of 1,200 feet. This was also the suit used in 1995 to recover the ship's bell. The lighthouse keeper quarters. I wonder if the Michigan lighthouse keepers were like the Oregon lighthouse keepers.
Pumped many
Inspection.
of hand pumps like that.
Really? Where?
Hunting camp.
Hutton Camp.
As a kid, that's how we brought the water in.
Oh, jeez. No, thank you. That's an awful lot of effort. Although, I would imagine that was a lot better than fetching it from the creek.
Yep.
With the discovery of copper and iron ore in the western Lake Superior region, shipping traffic increased tremendously, as did the number of maritime accidents. Without lighthouses to show the way and warn sailors of danger, navigation on Superior was considered a high-risk occupation. By 1846, the 80-mile stretch from Whitefish Point to Munising, Michigan, had already earned the ominous title, the Shipwreck Coast of Lake Superior. The need for a light at Whitefish Point had been recognized in the federal Congress, but had become bogged down in the political bickering over its expense. The first lighthouse on Lake Superior was built at Whitefish Point in 1848 by Ebenezer Warner, a contractor from Sandusky, Ohio. The keeper's quarters and the iron pile light tower, constructed in 1861, replaced the original lighthouse built here in 1849, Over the years, as shipping traffic increased on Superior, so did the number of maritime accidents, particularly in the congested shipping lanes off Whitefish Point. To help reduce this risk, the U.S. Lighthouse Service continuously updated their signaling equipment and employed additional keepers as needed. In 1895, this structure was converted from a single-family dwelling into a duplex that provided housing for 2 keepers and their families. Although the living quarters were separate and private, both keepers had common access to the light tower through a covered bridge located on the 2nd floor. This is the surf boat house.
It should show here, like, what
The B.B. McKellen surf boat was the star of the U.S. Life-Saving Service. Lightweight and responsive, it was an ideal boat for approaching stranded vessels in wavy seas. I am pretty sure I have seen similar boats to this visiting the Maritime Museum in Astoria, Oregon. This lighthouse, the oldest active on Lake Superior, began operating in 1849, though the present tower was constructed later. Early a stopping place for Indians, voyagers, and Jesuit missionaries, the point marks a course changed by ore boats and other ships navigating this treacherous coastline to and from the St. Mary's Canal. Since 1971, the light, fog signal, and radio beacon have been automated and controlled from Sault Ste. Marie. Whitefish Point has been called the graveyard of Lake Superior. Since navigation began on Lake Superior, there has been approximately 550 wrecks. More vessels were lost at Whitefish Point area than any other part of Lake Superior. There are 3 major reasons for the high loss of ships in the Whitefish Point area. First, the eastern end of the lake is very congested, where the lake narrows down like a funnel, and up and down-bound ship traffic must pass. Poor visibility in this congested area from fog, forest fires, and snow has caused numerous collisions and groundings. Finally, the nature of the largest lake itself, with the great expanse of over 200 miles of open water, can build up traffic seas during the Superior northwestern storm. Collisions were more common in early times because there were more vessels. In the 1800s, over 3,100 commercial vessels were on the lake, compared to less than 200 today. Since the first known shipwreck of a commercial vessel, the Invincible, in November of 1816, to the Edmund Fitzgerald on November 10, 1975, approximately 320 lives have been lost, over 300 shipwrecks and accidents in the area known as the graveyard of the Great Lakes. Tell you
what?
Something.
You're beautiful.
It's supposed to be
I want a
something
kiss
about
on your face.
Lake Superior.
Oh,
That.
Superior.
Yeah.
Everything over there's Canada.
Yes. What do you remember in school learning about Lake Superior?
It was a big ass lake.
Also, 2 thumbs up for this fish and chips dinner. Join us in our next video when we visit the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. Thanks for watching.